Here's what I will say. If the president in power can just jail his political opponents, which is what Joe Biden is trying to do tonight, we don't have a republic anymore. We don't have the rule of law. We don't have the Constitution. Our Constitution is built on the basic rule of law and due process, and nobody should be in doubt of what's happening tonight. Joe Biden and his cronies are trying to take out their chief political opponent.
Okay, there's a few issues with that. I could rebut them, but I think Ted Lieu actually did a pretty good job in a tweet saying presidents don't jail or indict anyone, grand juries indict. Again, the fact that Biden has been hands off on this, that even Merrick Garland hasn't gotten involved, that they put a special counsel there, none of this has had any effect. All of these things that they've done that are supposed to reassure people that to whatever extent it can be assured this is not a political thing, they're actually going based on law, it hasn't mattered. It is, after all, not the jailing of Trump. It's an indictment. There's still going to be a jury. None of that matters whatsoever to him. The assertion is always going to be that it's Biden. You'll notice, by the way, Hawley did not go into why all of the things we have in the transcript of the Trump tape are perfectly cool, or why he held on to all of these documents after the subpoena. They're not actually arguing on the substance of why he hasn't broken the law. They're simply saying, I don't care what the details are. If you are trying to charge him right now, it is inherently political.
Listen, Josh Hawley has made some pretty compelling arguments about the idea that he is the ultimate man. And to the extent that I actually have in my Amazon shopping cart a copy of his book, Manhood. But I'm gonna delete it because Josh Hawley, who told me he's a man's man, went and cried to mommy Laura Ingraham that they're being unfair to his president. Why don't you sack up? Why don't you have faith that a jury will do justice instead of crying to the refs on national television that it's hard to be the former president of the United States? These guys, they're the weirdos. Can we all agree on that? They're such weirdos. This guy's saying there should be due process following the due process justice system. That's what happened. They asked the grand jury, do you think there's a potential for there to be a crime here? The grand jury said yes. They then took that guidance that is the fundamental underpinning of when we press charges at any time, and then they proceeded with that. And now they're gonna have a trial where they prosecute if it even gets to that. If it even gets to that. This is the rule of law. You guys just go on TV and say what's happening isn't happening.
Yeah, 100%. Again, they're just trying to make it about Biden the whole time. Again, and the idea obviously is it doesn't matter if he broke the law. He's the former president, he gets to get away with it, but they clearly don't believe that because they definitely think that they should be able to get Biden on some sort of crime. And best of luck to them. If you have proof of this stuff, then let's see it. Joe Biden's not my grandpa. I don't care. If he ends up in jail because he broke the law, I am not going to lose a second of sleep, but you have to actually do it.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.